We back at it. Another episode. I hope you all are hunkering down, you hunker downers. Um, Leslie Jordan on Instagram. If you haven't checked him out yet, check this guy out. He is hilarious. Um, Getting me through as far as with comedy during this pandemic. So we're still here. We're still managing. We're still getting through. You're still working. You're still grinding, or you're still resting. But we're still here, and we're gonna get through this space. So wanted to hit you with another episode talking about multiple streams of income. So, as a doc student or as a professional that's in academia, the beauty of academia that I found is there's a lot of flexibility and autonomy. And with that flexibility and autonomy comes opportunities. For some, traditional academia settings is, 9-month contract, 10-month contract, a year long contract. You teach your classes, you get involved in committees, boards, groups. I mean, you do a lot of work, and you have your salary, and you're able to maintain that salary. And sometimes you get supplemental income, like teaching during the summers. Um, but a friend of mine brought something to my attention during my first year that really challenged my thinking and my beliefs about academia. And what he said is, academia is great, it's consistent, it's um, it's secure, it's safe. As long, especially if you're on track to get tenure and you get tenure, it's a lot of job security there. What he brought to my attention was the reality of considering multiple sources of income outside of academia. Some institutions support it. Some institutions want you to have, other activities that you may get involved in. They may give you, you can work 20 hours a week, 10 hours a week doing other things. Some universities don't, um, or some departments don't want you to do outside things. They want you to focus on that department. So it just depends on what institution that you're in. So what he told me was that his goal in life, because someone told him, was to have a few um, sources of income outside of academia, and the goal was to make more money outside of academia than within academia. Meaning his salary doing side hustles or side businesses made him more money than he did in academia, and it stood out to me because I've never heard anybody say that before. I never heard anybody talk about making multiple streams of income within academia because the thought or what's said in academia is that's what you do. You work so hard to get a PhD, you get a job in academia, and you just do that. You just work in academia, um, get tenure, get promotion, continue to move up the ladder, and that's it. And you retire. And now, it's 2020 and we do things a lot different now. Academia is a little different now. The people coming into academia is a little different. So a lot of uh, areas of specialty you're able to have outside sources. So for me in counselor education and supervision, and anyone in counselor education supervision, I'm a clinician first. So a lot of faculty in counselor education are clinicians. They're licensed therapists. So that's another source of income. That's another job, being able to maintain private practice. Fortunately for me, at Monmouth University, a lot of the faculty are practitioners, and it's supported because we're a clinical-based program, and it's supported to work within the profession as well as coming in and train the students. So you're able to get that practical experience and use that experience serving as a clinician and bring it into the classroom. So it's helps. It's a win-win. So I knew that going in, which is why another reason I chose Monmouth to work for. Some companies, some universities don't offer that. So I share this to encourage you to be open minded to other opportunities outside of just academia, if you're able to do that at your institution, or if you're looking at going into the job market, ask, do they have opportunities outside of academia uh, for additional income? And this may be on your own, but is it supported? Is it supported, or is this something that they kind of look down upon? Because some people look down upon it. So find out what works best for you. Another source of income for me, I'm a licensed bartender. True story. I'll talk about this more later on. But in between my career, once I finished graduate school, getting my master's, I always wanted to be a bartender, and I had time and a few extra dollars and decided to do it. So I became a licensed bartender, and I would bartend at parties because it was fun, something I enjoyed doing. And so I still have the credentials, and I don't do it often, but that's another avenue for income. No one knows unless I want them to know. Um, but it's fun. It's something I enjoy doing. It gets me away from the day in and day out of academia. Um, so it's another source of income. So the challenge is finding multiple sources of income. Be creative. You have a PhD, you will earn a PhD, which means you have transferable skills. You have abilities that the average person just doesn't have. Use those skills and abilities to your advantage and find ways to make multiple sources of incomes from doing it. So, as a doc student, this was my practice run. As a doc student, have multiple sources of income. As a doc student in counselor education program, I am a licensed therapist. I was licensed at that time, so I was in private practice. Also, was driving for Uber and Lyft during my internship, and I was teaching as an adjunct. So those are three sources of income plus bartending. That's four. Um, and then I did like some freelance kind of work, consulting work. That's five. So I have five sources of income as a doc student. Not that's on the side. That's not including my assistantship. That's not including um, any grants or scholarship work funds that I had. So I was able to make pretty decent money even as a doc student. So take that same mentality as a doc student. If you're not doing it, try it out. See what happens. Start small, one avenue at a time, and then build on it. And to me, as in working in academia, you're able to do the same thing, just on another level. Just an idea. It's not for everybody, and don't force yourself to be in something that you're not. Some people may look down upon it, like, why are you working 5 or 6 jobs when you have a PhD? To me, those are not jobs. Those are not, I don't have a problem with making more money. So it's up to you. Some people look down upon it. Some people love it. Some people are not comfortable with that, where it's just like, I just want my job, make sure my check don't change, and we keep the party going. Other people's like, yeah, as long as the check don't change, plus let me get a few more checks. So it just depends on the person. But I just want you to know that that opportunity is available. Find those things. If it doesn't exist, create it. There are no limits. There are no laws. We create what life we want. And the ability to have multiple sources of income on top of your income from your job as a faculty really sets you up for success. You can travel, you can do some investing, you just have a lot more freedom and opportunities to do some pretty great things. So, I wanted to share that with you today. I hope you're staying safe, staying healthy. Hang in there. We're going to get through this.